listen to me. I'm gonna gag you in 1 second.
Williams conducted 3 armed robberies.
Pause. And they reacting like that. They have no right to. I hope she passed out.
What to do, YouTube?
Hiya.
We back with another YouTube
Hiya.
reaction video.
Yes.
We're gonna be reacting to top 10 most dramatic moments in court ever.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into the video, y'all. We're not gonna hold y'all too long in this intro. We'll have an outro for y'all if y'all want to stick around and check. But we're gonna get into the video.
Christopher McNabb, who is facing charges for the murder of his 2-week-old child in
Goodness
Covington,
gracious.
Georgia. After the child's mother reported the baby missing to police, local law enforcement immediately launched a search. Later that night, McNabb is seen in front of TV cameras begging for his child back.
I want my kid back, man. That's my child, man. I want my kid, man.
The next day, the child's body was found in a nearby wooded area.
Yeah. How people gonna act like that? No one they killed the damn kid. Like, if you're gonna go as far as killing somebody, you might well just sing the man.
Just admit you already
just admit
did it.
to it and do your time, do whatever comes with it. Because
no, man,
my child, man.
Mine.
Extra hell for no reason. Dog, you killed the kid. Just do the time.
Okay.
People trip me out.
The cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head, which was
Makes sense. Trailer park.
later ruled a homicide.
I'm just
McNabb
playing.
was arrested and
It's a
charged
joke.
with the murder of his own 2-week-old baby. After he was found guilty, we now move on to the sentencing. McNabb can then be heard claiming his innocence.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it. I've maintained that the whole time. I would never do this. That's all I got to say. I would never do it. I'm innocent.
And now the judge lets McNabb unknowingly choose his own sentence.
You claim you're innocent, so you tell me what sentence the man or woman that you claim did this should receive.
If you ever find out who did them, they deserve to be under the jail.
Okay, so they ought to get the maximum sentence.
Most definitely.
Okay, on the crime of malice murder, I sentence you to life in confinement without parole. On considering the death of another, I sentence you to...
After McNabb
He thought he did something with that statement. He thought he.
Boy, I would have said give that about 2 months.
I
2
know.
months. Lock
He
me
thought
up
he
2
did
months.
something.
That boy just locked himself up for life.
He thought that would change some decision.
He's sick. They probably would have got away with this shit if it weren't for all them tattoos on their face.
No, I definitely don't believe that.
I don't know.
Believe that.
It
He killed
didn't help the
child.
case though. But it didn't help the case.
No, it definitely didn't help the case.
It didn't help the case. He looked
made
like
it
a
even
murderer.
worse.
He looked like somebody that killed somebody out of
And look how he looking. Just look at him.
What
He
did
like
it say?
he killed somebody.
What did it say on the top of his forehead?
Like tape up. What is that? One
Lace
lock
up.
up.
Tape up. Cause lace up. What the hell is that?
Time to play it.
Yeah, we're
was
gonna play
handed
it.
down the max sentence, he was moved to Hayes State Prison in Tryon, Georgia,
He
where
pissed
he
off.
is serving his life sentence.
He ready to beat that judge ass.
This is Franklin Williams, who is convicted of multiple felonies, including armed robberies and
He looks
fleeing
scary.
police in Cleveland, Ohio.
Again, I'm gonna interrupt. Mr. Williams, listen to me. I'm gonna gag you in 1 second.
Williams conducted 3 armed robberies
Pause.
Oh.
before leading police on a high-speed chase. He was later arrested and convicted. Now, at his sentencing, Williams would not stop talking, despite more than a dozen warnings from the judge.
That means zip it right now. Does that make sense?
Still not listening.
That's a violation of the hippo law, Judge.
Here we go.
This resulted in the judge
He know the
ordering
law.
Williams' mouth to be taped shut.
If you spit on, attempt to bite, or injure any of my deputies, you're gonna have a bad day.
What's going so aggressively?
At a following court appearance, Williams has something to share with the judge and cameras.
Freedom of speech, no duct tape with the hashtag.
Aside from all the interruptions, the judge can hand down Williams' sentence.
You face the potential maximum consecutive sentence of 134 years. I ordered a 24-year sentence.
After Williams
What did
received
he
a
do? What?
24-year prison sentence, the judge later apologized for the duct tape and threw out that sentence. He then appointed a new judge, where she sentenced him to 33 years behind bars.
Damn.
He apologized. That's
So it
weird.
felt like he acted out of emotion. So he said, you know what? I'm going to let somebody else work this case. And the other judge gave his ass more time. Sick.
That's sad.
I don't know if you should be getting 24, 30 years, whatever the hell, for
For
just
his high
some,
speed chase.
just for some felonies though. That's more like on the, I know people that do murder do less time than that.
So
you know what I'm
sad,
saying?
Yeah.
How you kill somebody?
The law is so weird, y'all.
But do less time. You rape somebody, do less time. But you can high speed chase, armed robbery, and get a life sentence. That's crazy.
DUI.
This is Camia
I mean,
Gamma,
no.
who is charged with the murder of her boyfriend in
Oh, I've
Jefferson,
seen this lady
Mississippi.
before.
Reportedly, the attack happened during an argument between the two individuals and ended with the boyfriend being violently stabbed to death. Gamut was arrested on first-degree murder charges. In court, Gamut would claim her murder was in self-defense and her boyfriend was attacking her. But in the end, she was found guilty of murder.
The way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit of truth, but mostly I was convicted off of lies.
We now move into the sentencing, where Gamut reportedly kept interrupting the judge.
You're gonna shut your mouth, or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
With Gamut showing
I love this duct tape boy.
The judge,
I didn't know they could do that.
Words.
You stab, you stab, you stab, you stab until he was dead. I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting a chair.
In the end,
judges be talking real reckless up down that podium, don't it?
They sure do.
But
like, what if she was going through abuse? Like,
I think she was. I thought
domestic violence.
That shit crazy.
I don't know.
Gamut was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Dang, that's so sad, man. Without parole.
This is Kimberly Kessar, who was charged with the murder of her coworker in Nassau County, Florida.
The hell am I watching?
Kessar was working at a Tangles hair salon under a fake name. She
looked crazy.
Was on the run for 25 years and wanted in several states. She wouldn't be found until she brutally murdered her coworker with scissors and allegedly disposed of her body. This is Kessar after she was arrested and awaiting trial.
Are we on mute anyway, so I can say whatever the I want?
We're not on mute.
Oh, okay.
And this is what it was like to supervise her in jail.
She began to remove feces from styrofoam trays in the back of her cell and smeared on herself on the walls. She began to throw feces at Smith, Miller, and I.
She crazy.
She had to go to a separate room due to her outbursts.
I refuse them. I have refused them. I refuse the public defender's office. They appointed Jolie Cummings' cousin as my public defender. What?
She's going back to jail. Can't get her court scene.
She continuously made false claims about her former public defender.
Can take her right back out.
She was later found guilty of first-degree murder
and was
sentenced to life in prison without parole.
That lady wildin'.
This is Kyandria
Cook,
so
young.
who was found guilty of carjacking charges in Volusia County, Florida. 18-year-old Cook and her then 17-year-old boyfriend had used a dating app to set up a carjacking, where the boyfriend reportedly shot the victim, leaving him seriously injured. After fleeing the scene and being on the run, the pair attempted another carjacking.
You need to let that shit go.
2 days later, but they were arrested. Now in court, Cook stands in front of the judge for her involvement in the theft and shooting.
She guilty of all 3 charges, sentence you to 20 years in state prison.
That is Cook's mother that can be heard crying. Reportedly, the reason for this very emotional outburst is there was a miscommunication with the assistant public defender, where Cook and her mother thought she wouldn't face any prison time.
So basically, she
lied.
Killed somebody and thought she wasn't gonna face no prison time.
But the lawyer gonna lie to her.
Well, I tell you about stupidity.
It's the lawyer though. She should just been real with him. Why lie to him?
Who the hell told them they was getting no prison time for a murder?
The lawyer did. That's what it just said.
They did not say nothing about the lawyer told them.
Then
they
who
said
told them?
Miscommunication. They thought
Between
they was getting no
the
prison.
lawyer.
They probably told each other that. Mama, I ain't getting no time.
Oh, well then.
I don't know how the hell you think you gonna murder
yeah.
somebody and get no time.
Yeah. That's weird.
Cook's sentence was later reduced to 11 years in prison.
For murder. That's crazy. That's what we talking
If I ever
about.
go to jail, I want my shit reduced.
Can you not put that out there?
This is Jacob Morgan, who at 17 years old was found guilty of setting a house fire that killed a family member in Rock Hills, South Carolina. Morgan was left alone to look after his 14-month-old stepbrother, and reportedly, prosecutors said Morgan intentionally set the fire that killed his family member. In court, Morgan is at a probable cause hearing. Listen as the judge speaks.
So therefore, I am going to find that there is probable cause to charge the individual.
He crazy. What do you expect from
Morgan
me?
settled for a plea deal where he pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter and unlawful neglect of a child. However, he stated he loved his brother and he always maintained his innocence.
I love my brother. I still do to this very day. He's my best friend. To kill him would be killing the pieces myself. And I just wish I could have gotten to him in time.
He was probably jealous that he got a stepbrother.
Maybe
you know, that the mama sleeping with another guy and they had a baby and he not the only child or something.
Unless he burned that house down on accident.
But they just said they did the background checks or whatever.
And they felt like it wasn't an accident.
Yeah, they knew it wasn't.
He looked crazy though. Am I wrong? Am I tripping?
Too. Yeah,
he looked crazy.
Still, it's still not
Morgan
an
was
accident.
sentenced to 15 years in prison, but after serving only 7 years, he reportedly was released.
7 years for killing a baby.
Crazy.
Ignacio Rodriguez.
7 years for killing a baby. They gave old boy 34 years.
Free my uncle.
Is
at
the
this point,
suspect in the death of his 4-month-old son in San Antonio, Texas. Reportedly, the child suffered a fractured skull and severe bleeding to the brain.
Hell no.
Rodriguez was the lead suspect and was taken into custody. Now in court, Rodriguez stands in front of the judge where he is now facing a capital murder charge. But reportedly, he instead pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of intentional or knowing injury to a child causing serious bodily injury.
Mr. Rodriguez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty. The judge now hands down his sentence.
It is the order of the court that you be sentenced to 50 years confinement.
But this is the
Lock him
moment
up.
that the baby's mother confronts Rodriguez.
I hate more than anything what you did to her son. For that, I can't ever see myself forgiving you. You were supposed to be our protector, not the one to break our hearts.
When the mother starts talking about her other child, Rodriguez insists that she tells the truth.
As she gets older, she will start asking questions.
Then tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her the truth. Tell her how everything was supposed to be. Tell her the whole truth. Don't lie to her. Tell her the whole truth. Tell her the whole truth.
So you want a child to know that their father killed
Officials
her
quickly
sister
remove
or
Rodriguez
whatever.
out of the courtroom.
Her sibling.
He is currently serving his 50-year prison sentence.
Man.
He's crazy.
This is Damon Kemp. He is charged with the double murder of his roommates in Daytona Beach.
Of his
Florida.
roommates.
Police were called to investigate a burglary at an apartment complex, and it was here Kemp allegedly confessed to the murders. He was originally staying with his 2 roommates when both individuals were shot several times in the apartment. During Kemp's bond hearing, he's now
His friends didn't feel like he was.
Off.
Yeah, like
Shit happens.
people should know.
No, sometimes you don't, man. Sometimes you
Of
don't.
course, right? I know.
escorted into court in a wheelchair.
Baby don't trust nobody, y'all.
Clearly.
The judge tries to get
It's
Kemp's
so sad,
attention, but
though.
he's completely ignored.
Mr. Kemp,
He trying to plead insane.
I'm going to conduct your first appearance.
For the victim's family, it got so tough they had to walk out. Kemp is currently in the Volusia County Jail awaiting his trial.
That's so sad, man.
Sad.
To walk out.
I feel like that all that pleading insanity. You ain't insane. You ain't going to jail.
Yeah, of course.
You ain't going to jail.
I mean, I'm sure they go off, his medical
records and shit. Yeah, but
so he's not insane. Yeah. They would have put him in there psychiatric.
And I think they said college, so the boy was in college. Murder.
She wrote.
This is Erica Butts and
Erica
Shania
Butts?
Cunningham. They were both charged with homicide by child abuse in Somerville, South Carolina.
They beat their kids to
who was
death.
best friends with the child's mother, was supposed to be caring for the toddler for 2 weeks. The child was
Yo,
only
get
3
their
years
ass up.
old. She died from her injuries, reflecting weeks of torture. A time frame that matched the time she had spent with Butts and her lover at the time, Cunningham.
What must have been the excruciating sounds that came from that child is more than disconcerting to this court.
After both women were found guilty, the judge now hands down their sentence.
The court finds it appropriate that each be sentenced to the State Department of Corrections for a period of life.
They were just sentenced to life in prison.
And they reacting like that. They have no right to. I hope she passed out. Y'all, it's the fact of weeks. These are weeks of torture to a 3-year-old. So you just know that she's like, why are you hurting me? Like, why is this happening? And she's, it's so sad. And it's weeks, y'all.
These folks throwing tantrums. These folks grown to hell beating on kids, but then throw a tantrum when
It's not beat on them. What's going to happen as soon as they get in that hole.
Cunningham are reportedly at separate prisons serving their
That's
life
good as
sentences.
separate. I was wondering that.
This is Anthony Kirkland, who is a convicted serial killer in Cincinnati, Ohio.
They say I am evil and a monster. They're right. Even my mom hated me, but I don't blame her.
Kirkland had previously served a 16-year prison sentence for the killing of his ex-girlfriend. A few years after his release, Kirkland begun his killing spree.
See, that's what the fuck I be talking about. If you so he did 16 years after killing his ex-wife, and you let this man out back into the public. Lock his ass
No,
up.
because it's like, because some people, they do learn.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you're on parole, so you know the probation officer is supposed to check in and stuff. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing at that point, right?
It's parole. They ain't watching you 24/7.
Well, they need to for murderers.
They just don't let their ass out. Let their ass in jail.
But they're supposed to go to like their home or whatever. Once you get out, if you do that type of crime, so they
like
can
a
watch
halfway
you.
home?
Yeah,
for a period of time. You don't live in that bitch the rest of your life.
Oh, so he just waited till after that. He started his
he started killing spree.
That's so.
For a 3-year period, he killed 4 women, 2 of them being teenagers. Kirkland was arrested after his 4th murder, as he was caught with one of the victim's watch and iPod.
He's stupid because he was in jail for so long. He didn't know they had location on.
Able to pin all the murders to Kirkland. Now in court, as the charges are being read out, Kirkland is facing the death penalty, and next he appears to faint.
Count 4, aggravated murder.
He's so stupid.
Kirkland was later found guilty on all charges and sentenced to death. He is currently on death row, awaiting his execution at the.
You kill people, but don't expect to be the one being killed. Huh. How does that work?
Man, wildin'.
How does that work?
They let this man out. He done killed 4 innocent people.
It's their fault. At this point, you need to put it on the court.
Oh God.
At that point in time, if I was one of their parents, I would have sued the court because you shouldn't have let them free. Yeah, that's so sad. I love watching videos like this.
She really do.
Of serial killers and especially Facebook. Facebook got it, boy.
Facebook got this stuff.
Oh, keep scrolling. They gonna show you them cop video. Yes, we love that. I got them hooked on it on Facebook, y'all.
Cut it.
Don't want to admit it.
Look, y'all, we appreciate y'all watching the video.
Thank you.
If this your first time over here at the channel, we don't just do reaction videos, y'all.
We do
challenges.
What else?
Vlogs.
What else?
Food reviews.
What else?
A whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to check that out, check that out. And if y'all could, like the video, subscribe, comment. It helps us grow. We're closing in on 200 subs. We want to be at 200 subs before Monday, hopefully.
And we want to be at 1,000
by New Year. That's just our goal. So if y'all can help us reach that goal, we would greatly appreciate it. We appreciate it.
And follow our socials too, though. Follow our TikTok. It's the same thing, Will and Jaya.
In the description.
Instagram page, Will and Jaya. And we're going to start posting on our Facebook. But that's Will and Jaya as well.
Facebook.
We're trying.
Oh, that's for all our older generations out there.
Yeah, for the older subscribers. But, we love them all.
Trolling. I'm trolling, y'all. I'm just playing.
Is he? All right.
Peace, y'all.
See y'all later.
Appreciate y'all watching.